internet address is 169, 254, 41, 196.
Technological trials. I did have a bit of a motto: never work with children, animals, or robots. I work with children all day, every day. Robots only occasionally. There's a robot in my classroom, and that robot would be dancing, merrily enjoying itself. My name's Steve Warburton. I'm the principal of Greater Peterborough University Technical College. It's a brand new school from 14 to 19 September this year. We have 140 students. 60 joined us in year 10, that's 14-year-olds, and 82 joined us in the sixth form, one of whom is here today. Hi Thomas, good to see you. It is a brand new educational concept. It's been operating across the UK for 2 or 3 years now, and there are about 45 university technical colleges in the UK. The difference for us is that we try and fuse the academic study with the practical examples today of curriculum. Something about schools you need to know: in the Peterborough area especially, there's a demographic bulge of young people coming through our schools. In Peterborough, there are about 2,000. Next 5 will be up to 3,000. So we've got a growing situation in the Peterborough area, and you might think the government would be tempted to, can they use robots to replace teachers, especially as there are 3,000 trained schools at the moment. In fact, if I was to go through this building, I could find at least 5 trained teachers who are not currently working in education. Teacher shortage is becoming a classroom crisis. So should we use robots? Do we have the technology to replace human beings with robots? I can't imagine that ever happening, though across the world, what we do have is some people trying. We've got robots 6 years ago. That's even more freaky, I think, when actually looking like a human being. And you can see the students can't quite. In Japan, I believe, and Japan's been at the forefront of another approach, humanoid form, but not necessarily trying to look like a human being. Now, I have to say, I'll confess, I'm not an expert on robots. All right? I'm not even an expert on computer science. I'm not even an expert on engineering. Actually, I was a history teacher. But I'm here because I see robots as a great tool for young people in school, and we're going to show some of our robots later. Sometimes I wish I could find maths teachers who had multi-arms and could do lots of things with lots of what they got. Sometimes I wish I could find maths teachers who could roll around the building. Sometimes I wish I could find teachers who had got armour-plated bodies, because that would. I don't think I'd ever find a robot. But I think I could find teachers who were as much fun in the staff room if we had robots. So robots in education is not a new idea. This is a black and white photo because it was a black and white photo pulled from an old newspaper. The turtle robot was developed in the late 1960s in America. But a robot that was used in the classroom to help young people use the program, the robot, make it move around and draw. That was the focus. We could switch probably to about 30 years ago, 30 years ago, Those of you who have my Vinci recognise the device on the right, the BBC B, I think it is, micro. Each school would have had 2 or 3 of these about 30 years ago. And again, drawing. Back then, mostly computing in schools was about men with white coats. And you just seemed to have to wear a white coat to be able to go in and use it. As a mere history teacher, I never got that opportunity. But really what's happened in the UK, there's been 2 decades where computing has faded in UK schools, and what's happened is information communications technology has taken a lead in terms of the use of computing technology and rolled their eyes a lot. But there wasn't much working with, yeah, someone's having a wave. So, you going to wave back, Pip?
Pip?
If everybody tries to wave at Pip, and let's see if it responds. Well done. If you 5-degree hinges and motors and servos that move Pip around. Perhaps we could do a Pip demo of time machine. Row.
You have to throw those jacks over the other side next, or a big orange beanbag.
Yeah. So what you do is you develop the program so that it can actually do the job that it's supposed to be doing. Plus, customise the robot. I think it needs some weights or a slight. Should I tip it up for you?
Please. Thank you.
There we go.
What?
Oh.
I tried to throw it.
We'll just leave it for the moment, shall we? Stop. So, when people are thinking about robots in the classroom, the truth is actually education is inherently about people. And I have a very high view of teachers and their skills, and I don't think they can be replaced by robots. But they give an opportunity for us to help young people engage with a significant problem-solving environment. They're given a challenge of trying to take this highly sophisticated piece of equipment, which may cost £4,000, I think. £5,000, Pip, and actually for themselves use it to solve problems and respond to challenges. The robot will do exactly what you tell it to do. Actually, I could do with a few students like that, but the fact that the robot will do exactly what a child tells it to do is actually very empowering for some young people, because it means they can control the robot and control their environment. So can robots ever replace teachers? No, never, ever, ever. I agree with Brian Johnson. But should robots be in school? Yes, they should, because they can actually mean that young people aren't just passive absorbers of information or knowledge that we attempt to pass on, but actually participate themselves and develop their understanding. I think robotics is a key part of STEM. Robotics brings together science, technology, engineering, and maths. And in the curriculum and out of the curriculum, there are lots of opportunities. If you're in a primary school in the Peterborough area, there is the first Lego League. I don't know if any of the young people here are involved with that. But primary schools competing together, building robots, and then they respond to challenges, have races, they have navigational challenges for them to complete. Our team, who are building and developing the VEX robots, will be participating in a national competition, which is actually an international competition, as is Lego League. There are 250,000 students across the world who are involved in that Lego robot development and building. Robotics is a key part of our curriculum. We teach engineering at level 2 and level 3, as well as GCSEs and A-levels. And our industrial partners, people like Perkins Engines, are very keen that our students know about robots and how they can be used in an industrial environment. Pip will be dancing at that point, but what we've got here is part of the program for Pip to do Tai Chi. So you can see the way that the different actions have been joined together, the trigger and the loops that move till eventually the whole routine.